Hey, what's happening, everybody? You know who it is. Your number one hot sauce guy coming to you again with another little review. Got in two good boxes today from a new grower of mine that I've never had their pods before, Mark Wilkerson. Check him out on Facebook. He's in a lot of groups in the pepper community, in the hot sauce community. But he had a deal I couldn't pass up, and I was a little bit. I wasn't sure, coming from, I think he's over there on the East Coast, Pennsylvania area, and coming to the West Coast here. I was a little worried, but all of the pods that he sent me are super nice, super firm, came in great contact so far. So these will be the first ones that I review. This is the the Count Dracula. It's almost like a jalapeno texture. At least the outside part of it is real smooth. Not as big as a jalapeno. Maybe an unripened jalapeno that's red still, but hopefully it'll be a little bit hotter. Great looking stem on it. Look at that thing. Super dark green. Very, very thick. You know what I mean? And every pod that he sent me so far, just upon looking at them, are gorgeous. I mean, they look like plastic almost. I mean, almost every one of his, it's amazing. So I want to get into the bite, the crunch, the heat, the texture. I wanted to start slow and do a couple of these that I thought might be more on the mild or not super hot range, and just see how it goes. But some of the pods that Mark sent me, I mean, they're some of the biggest pods I've ever been given. So they're scary, but there's enough of it to make a powder, make a sauce, do something with them. If I don't get to reviewing them and eating them fresh. So nonetheless, here's the Count Dracula. Let's get it. There's a lot of seasoning there. Look at that. It's weird. Kind of wish I would have cut that one in half. Give me the burps a little bit. It's hotter than what I was thinking. Wow. Okay. About a jalapeno level skin to it. Fairly thick. And like I showed you, a lot of seeds in there. Wow. And it's got a good punch to it. I mean, I can feel a burn with that. It's mostly all a tongue burn. Interesting to know. It had an immediate heat though that I don't really ever get from a jalapeno or even a serrano. Usually the first kind of pepper that gets me a heat kind of pinpointed right off the bat is the habanero, ghost pepper for sure. Or right when you bite into it, you kind of get a quick notion or note of, yeah, you bit into something hotter than a poblano or a bell pepper or something like that, right? Well, I like to review these as long as possible and not just start eating more, because I could eat a couple more right now, but I don't want to intensify this burn. I want to see what kind of level of burn this is. Definitely has me salivating a little bit, so it's a good burn. It's all just the tongue. It was on top of the tongue, now it's underneath the tongue. Not much else going on other than that with it, but I wasn't expecting an initial kind of little grab the tongue and go with it a little bit. So that kind of set me back a minute. I wasn't expecting that heat that quick. I thought it'd be a little more subtle and come. That pepper actually packed a good little punch, and now it's starting to dissipate, right? Not as bad now. It's not lasting as long as most super hots would. It's starting to taper off, but what it did have, again, like I've said, is some super hots, for me, they have that initial punch that you can taste, like you just bit into something that's going to be hot. It's going to be super hot. And that had that. So overall, a really good pepper. Other than slight tongue burn, I've completely dissipated in all heat everywhere else. Up here, throat, glands, everywhere else. Completely dissipated. But the texture of that pepper, really nice. I like that. That would make a good pepper for a, like a dinner pepper, I call them. Where you're gonna, maybe just like a jalapeno would be for me. Just snack on it throughout dinner and get a little bit of heat going, but not overwhelm the dish, not overwhelm your food, not overwhelm your company or whatever you're doing, Cut that pepper in half, and you and a friend would have a decent heat to a dinner party. Share that pepper, man, would be a nice heat. It would sit well. Pepper's now almost completely dissipated. A little bit on the tongue still. That kind of lingers for a while. It's kind of going down into the stomach now. I can feel it a little bit now. Giving a little bit of that hot pepper, like, let me let you know you're there until you dissolve completely. But I think we'll get into these nut sacks here, so I'm gonna call them. Again, from Mark Wilkerson, they're just little RedGums, I guess, or I don't know if they're red bubble gums. The only description I got from Mark was just RedGum. Again, look at the leaf on top of these peppers. Super nice. And they're very small, right? But, these guys are firm, man. Mark, you sent me really good peppers. I appreciate that, man. These are really nice. All of them. So, I'm going to call them Steady's nut sacks for this video, man. Apologize if there's young kids watching. Nick, if you catch this video and your daughter's watching, I'll apologize for that. Anybody else out there with kids that like to watch some of my videos, I'll apologize for that. It is what it is. But, again, it's just my page. This isn't YouTube. This ain't nothing else, man. It's just me talking and burning. So, RedGums. Let's get them. I'll try one and then go. Yeah, he got a little bit of Okay. Huh. Now that's an interesting pepper. I'm gonna let this ride for a minute. I feel just a little bit of sweat maybe coming. Maybe, but I don't think it's gonna make it peak. But huh. A little scorpion-y flavor to me. The burn on that pepper is a little different. It's attacking back here more, and not the tongue. It's attacking all of this back here, the glands a little more. It's building a little bit. My head's getting warm. Back of the throat just a tad. My nose is about to run a little bit. Huh. Could be the combination of both of those varieties or phenos, but I feel like that RedGum is hotter than the than that Count Dracula for sure. That's a little pepper, man, that packs a punch though. Wow. Okay, yeah, I might have been wrong. Might be a little sauce coming off the top of the gram. Whoa. Wow. Nonetheless, man, Mark, so far such a good tasting. Such a great way to start testing your peppers and trying them. Not super hot, but I've got a few different burns going on. That mimic a habanero for a normal non-chili head type of person, right? Where they might off a habanero get a sense of super hot feelings. I'm getting that off these, man. Either that RedGum or the RedGum and the the Dracula both got me going. I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit of a combination of both. But that RedGum is certainly hotter, in my opinion. It's still... It's now starting to attack more of the mouth. The back part of the mouth. This is done. But it's now hitting just the upper back part of the throat. They got me salivating. A little bit of a nose run. Not much here. Kind of went away. Eyes haven't watered yet. Nose a little bit. So those are good peppers, man. Really effing good. Guys, this is a longer video than normal, but yeah, it's about right on pace. So I try to enjoy a pepper, give it a good little afterburn, again, so that I can absorb it and see how hot is it. What does it taste like? That RedGum had a slight fruity note to it, but not fruity. So hard. Man, I love watching like Heat 101, Bella and Dark, Johnny, Chase the Heat, Roger, Traer, and Hot Dang Show now. And other people out there I'm forgetting right now. But there are some that can really tell the difference between earthy notes, fruity notes, these and those. I'm not quite there yet. I can pick up on floral. These aren't floral to me. That RedGum's more floral than the Count Dracula, but still not floral. The RedGum's also more fruity flavored than the Count. But neither one of them would I consider overly fruitful or overly citrusy or floral. But yeah, that burden's pretty much gone now. It's now kind of riding out into the gut, but sitting pretty good. And so what I was getting to was some of those guys that really chase the heat and really have a very, very like up here high tolerance. Like I just mentioned, those people, and there's others out there. I'm just forgetting them now. My fault. Sorry. Dustin, Atomic Menace, you know, a lot of the UK people, UK Chili Queen. It's really become a big thing, or a pretty good thing. Eating peppers, eating hot stuff, doing challenges, all these things. It's grown a lot even since I first got into this about 3 years ago. You know, I've always enjoyed hot sauce and jalapenos and these kind of things, but it wasn't until about 3 years ago where I really just kind of dove right in to testing my limits, doing challenges, doing spicy things, becoming a part of these different Facebook groups, which are fucking fantastic. Chase the Heat, Capsaicin Crew, Burn Club, For the Love of Hot Sauce, Chasing Capsaicin. There's others, you know, but it's just really opened my eyes over the last 3 years and kind of started me on this path, man, that I don't want to give up because it's fun, it's exciting. You know, I'm going to post a picture tomorrow of all the pods that Mark sent me, minus the ones I've eaten tonight. But it's like a box of candy for people like me and someone like me, man. It's just like, I get excited for it, you know, and I'm like, I want to look at them. I want to touch the peppers. I want to look at the shapes of them and the grooves and the tails and the stingers and then get into as many as possible about how hot they are and this and that, and using ones that I do in food and sauce and other things, you know. It's just been a really good thing for me, chasing this heat and you know, doing this. So I'm gonna do one more tonight because I've burned that heat down enough. And we'll do this bad boy. It's a Khang Starr Linzo. I don't know what that means, but he wrote on there free, and then of course the, you know, the reference 34. I don't know what free means, if this is a pheno genotype that he or someone else is still kind of working on. Obviously it's similar to a Genghis Khan, I would guess, and I don't know. And it's named after Linzo, who is probably a relative, a friend, a fellow chili head, someone I don't know. But that's the other cool thing, is I started learning how the different growers that are crossing you know, different seeds and different strains and coming up with their phenos and their types of peppers. Um, just name them after people. It's super cool, you know. I feel like there's a few chili heads out there that should have a pepper named after them yet, and they probably will at some point, because I'd like to get one named after me. So I'm looking for a local grower. I have one in mind that maybe I can get them to cross something, work with them, and get it named after me, dude. I think that'd be super dope. Anyways, enough rambling. Let's see how this one burns. Starr Linzo. Juicy, fruity. It's got a few blackies in there, but we'll eat it. You know, it's not black in there. There's a few right there. It could be. I'm gonna eat it in threes. You can see, yeah. So there's not many black seeds. Those are still good. I saw something black there on that first bite, though. Scared me a little bit. A much easier pepper to eat. You know, get into that membrane and the seeds up there, though, and see. Definitely fruity, real fruity. By itself, without the other two, it'd probably be pretty good pepper. I don't like that aftertaste, though. It's got something that's not quite hitting me right. But it was definitely right off the bite, juicy and fruity. It's now burning now, and again, a different burn than the other two. That's awesome. All three of these have a different burn for me. This is burning a little more up here in the nasal cavity, which is weird. It's gonna take a few minutes to ride this one out. It's a different flavor, different taste. I don't know how much I like that one. It's a burner. It's starting to burn me, though. Yeah. It's hitting. It's hitting those notes. Whew. Whew. That picked it up a bit. That might be the hotter of the three. It is, I think. It's hitting the throat. It's attacking it hard. Whew. Damn. I didn't think it was going to be that. Glad I went with that one last. That's burning me closer to a super hot. in the range. Whew. Yeah. What are they doing? I'm riding more of a wave now. It's definitely hit me. Gangstar, maybe. Could be all of them together. But I was burning here. It dropped to here. And just that Gangstar brought it back up to there. So that tells me that Linzo's it's a touch above. It's hotter. It's the hotter of the three. So I picked right. As far as I'm not trying any more tonight. I didn't bring any more out with me. There was one more I was thinking about, but I'm glad I'm stopping there. But it shows the right level. You know, that Count Dracula, the RedGum, into that Starr Linzo, man. Starr Linzo's almost also wanting to make me sneeze a little bit. It's kind of, like I said, going into the nasal cavity, and now it's I might have to sneeze a little bit off that guy. It's weird. My nose is clogging up a little bit. I get that. It's all that saliva, man. I don't want to swallow that shit. Well, a good burn sesh for me. Good pepper. Good peppers. Even that's now starting to taper off a little bit. My lips are just now starting to burn. Full on little nose run going. Not much up here. Not much in the eyes. But definite nose run. Different burns throughout the mouth and here. So I like that. I was able to test all three of these and get them. Burn's pretty much gone now. So that burn didn't last a full 5 minutes. I don't think. I'm looking at the timer. Pretty close, but just now again starting to ride in the stomach, man, and digest these paws, get them down. Alright guys, I'm going to end this video. Mark, much love. Thank you for sending these peppers. Can't wait to get into some of these more super hots. But all three of those I've never had before, and like I said, I want to try as many different types of peppers and pods and things as I can, so of all heat levels. So really good. Mark, thank you. Thank you guys for watching. This has been your #1 House Guy. Peace.